So what's today's episode about?
I'll tell you what, on today's episode of Collecting Star Wars, it's all about the Sith. Welcome everybody to Collecting Star Wars. Today we're going to take a look at the dark side and the Sith. And I want to show you some of my favorite Sith action figures. And if you're going to have a show about the Sith, then who better to start with than the Dark Lord himself, the man Darth Vader. Here we have a wonderful example, a 1977 original Kenner Darth Vader action figure. Show you his leg here. See the 1977 there. Got him at Tampa Comic-Con 2019. 2020 is coming up, so I'm looking forward to seeing what I can find this year. But I saw him at last year's Tampa Comic-Con, and he just looks amazing for a 43-year-old Darth Vader action figure. He looks great. And then this one is, of course, the Hasbro retro line. This one came out in 2018, wave 1 of their retro line, and I think they nailed it. He looks really good. Looks a lot like the original. They cast him using the original figure to really get the likeness. I'm going to of course leave him on the card because I have my original example free, and I love the card art so much. That's why I got the retros. I have some more in the Wave 2 line, which I'll show off on another video. But I just love the art. I love the classic look. I love the double silver racetrack and the logo, the original movie photo art. The back, of course, isn't a reproduction of the original. It's a new, talking about the line. But they have the hand-drawn images of first 6 action figures there. But the front for display, it looks really great. It looks like the original one without having to spend hundreds of dollars to have an original one on card. They came with a ridiculous huge orange sticker right here, but believe it or not, I watched some YouTube videos on how to take it off with the lighter fluid, and it works like a charm. It came off great without damaging the card. And so I've got a great on-card Darth Vader to go along with an original so they can live side by side. And then this one right here is great. It is Marvel Comics Darth Vader #1 from 2015, I believe. I've got a bunch of the almost a complete run of all the new Marvel new canon comic books for Star Wars. And if I have doubles, it's because they did one in the Kenner style action figure card back. So I had to get this one, even though I already had a couple copies of Darth Vader #1. I didn't have one that looked like a Kenner action figure card back, so I paid a little bit more, not that much, just a couple of dollars more to get the variant cover, and it looks fantastic, and I think they all display really nicely together. Darth Vader, Lord of the Sith. Alright, and next we have Darth Maul. I picked these two up in the fall of 1998. It's one of those toys drop at midnight thing. So you go to your Walmart or your Toys R Us and you wait in line for them to go, the displays to come out and the boxes to be opened, and the associates allowing you to go to town and grab as many as you can. So I was able to grab 2 Darth Mauls right when they hit the shelves, and just loved it. I think everybody agrees when that trailer dropped in '98 and you saw Darth Maul for the first time with the double-bladed lightsaber, Star Wars fans, and you were just blown away, and you just wanted to see that movie right away and know what was going on and who this guy was, who was so cool looking, and taking on 2 Jedi at once and just looking like he's in command of the battle the whole time. And then, of course, his whole story arc and all where it went, and his whole journey of his character throughout the Clone Wars and the Rebels and into Solo, #make Solo 2 happen. I want to see more Darth Maul. He has been fantastic on screen, whether animated or live action. Ray Park is an amazing martial artist and just brings him to life. Sam Witwer, incredible voice artist who just brings so much character and so much emotion out of this iconic character of Darth Maul. Here's the back, showing you the other Phantom Menace figures in the first wave that you could get, and that crazy ComTech electronic voice player comes with this little chip, and you'd play the chip on the reader and you'd hear lines from the movie. So you'd hear Darth Maul say, "At last we'll have our revenge." Cool stuff like that. So I got 2 of those because, hey, when you have a chance to grab 2, you grab 2. I thought maybe I open one and leave one on card, but hey, after all this time, I guess I'm not opening it. I guess I'm leaving it on card. And then, later on, a few years later, I picked this guy up on eBay. He's cool. He's the Darth Maul version with the cloak. And he's got his hood up. And you can let both blades of the lightsaber out, or you can let just one. So this was an example of having just one of the blades out for him to wield. So that's kind of cool. There's the back. This one says different lines. Actually, the only different thing he really says is, "It's the Jedi." And then a couple years later, I found out there was another one in the line that I didn't know existed. It was this guy. So no hood, no cloak, but the one blade of the lightsaber extended. A little different arm configuration. So I saw him and picked him up at a convention because after all these years, it was decades later, I was like, oh, I didn't even know they had a different Darth Maul out than the ones that I already had. And then a couple years later, apparently I forgot that I picked him up because I saw him again at a convention. So now I've got 2 Darth Maul with lightsaber with removable blade. Oh, yeah, that's right. Comes with 2 blades, so you could put 2 blades on the hilt and have them both double-bladed extended for fun, or take it off and just have the one blade out. So that was a cool choice there. This time he says, "You are no match for the Sith, Jedi, and you are powerless against the dark side, and prepared to die." So Darth Maul had like 3 lines in the movie. So they were a little creative with adding more lines into the ComTech variety. They gave him some more lines. So there you have Darth Maul. The mini versions of the episode 1. Dun, 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 dun. All right, and finally, let me show you a couple of odd ones you may not see too often. We got Maul again. The first here is from Star Wars The Power of the Jedi Hasbro collection, the first wave. And this is a really cool one, came out in 2000. Darth Maul Sith Apprentice. And he's got this sort of sparring gear on. And he comes with a cool like baseball card here. Kind of gives you a little story of what the figure is all about. It says, early in Darth Maul's training as a Sith, he wears special padding as he learns the rigorous hand-to-hand combat and furthers his mastery of the dark side of the Force. Extremely loyal and apt student, Maul longs to seek revenge against the Jedi Order. It will not be long before he is ready to aid his master, Darth Sidious, in his quest for galactic power. And it gives you a cool look at the other figures in the line. This one had Aurora Singh in it. Obi-Wan Kenobi in Cold Weather Adventure. Qui-Gon Jinn Jedi armor. So they really like this whole idea of putting them in different outfits and costumes and armor that you hadn't seen before to tell further stories outside of canon. So I like that one. Darth Maul Sith Apprentice. And this one is just a quirky, cool one that I got back in '98 when Phantom Menace merchandise was out everywhere, even the grocery store. You could get your Darth Maul toothbrush with his menacing face and the cool little red and black tattoos up and down the handle of the toothbrush. It's ironic. Clearly Darth Maul never used his toothbrush. If you've seen his teeth, they're all black and yellow. So, he had a great double-bladed lightsaber, but he really could have used a toothbrush. He had poor hygiene. Poor guy. So anyway, that's my look at some of my favorites in my Sith collection. So stay tuned for more videos soon. Be going to Tampa Comic-Con soon, and I'm sure I will have some stuff to show you guys that I get from there. So until then, hit the like button, subscribe, and follow me on Twitter at Stevo Says Stuff. And if you're looking for inspirational and encouraging videos, you can also check out my YouTube channel, Devo with Stevo. I do short little family devotions that are a lot of fun. So until then, be kind, stay strong, and remember, you are the hero of your own story.
Yeah.
That's it. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, I kept waiting for that to come on.
And it's like. Yeah, that.
Okay. So back it up to the. All right, ready?
Alright.
All right, go ahead. You know what? I think it's time we do an episode of Collecting Star Wars, all about the dark side and the Sith. Yeah.
Alright, that's enough. That's enough.
All right. Oh, I forgot to turn the light on.